So hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to talk about a very relevant and important topic, real estate in Nova Scotia. So as we all know, in this high interest rate and high house price environment, it's very difficult for the first time home buyers to get into the market. Government have made some provisions for the first time home buyers, but what are those provisions? Who can avail them? Will the house prices come down? Will the mortgage rates come down? So to get all these questions answered, I have with me a very well-known and experienced couple in real estate, Ms. Sharan Litt and Mr. Bhavan Litt. Thank you very much for helping us understand the real estate industry. Sharan, could you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. First of all, thank you, Gaurav. Thank you very much for the valuable time you have taken out of your busy schedule and help us introduce to the community. Thank you very much. Really appreciate. So, guys, hi. My name is Sharan Litt. I'm a real estate agent with the Keller Williams Select Realty. Me and my husband, we live in Nova Scotia from last 14 years and well connected to the community. So, from last 3 years, I have joined the real estate industry, and the real estate market has been booming a lot. I have seen lots of new immigrants moving from India and various parts of the world. Particularly, the Indian community is growing here in Nova Scotia, and houses are in a big demand. So there is a less supply and a big demand in the market.
Yeah, we all know like the immigration has been booming in Atlantic Canada, and the houses are not been keeping up with it.
Yes. There's a really lack of inventory in the market, especially now in the winter months. There will be less houses and more buyers looking the homes.
But what about the overall picture of this real estate in Nova Scotia? Do you see any house prices changing? Is it going to come down, or are we at the maximum house price? Is it going to go down or go up from here?
Well, the house price, we are not like Ontario and other provinces. The house prices, I would say over 500,000 and 600,000, the prices has been stabilized a little bit, but they are not going down. As far as what I'm seeing in everyday work, there's less bidding in higher prices homes, but under 400,000, nothing is going down.
For our audience, can you please explain the process of a home purchase?
Yes, Gaurav, certainly. So in order to purchase a home, so first of all, we have to check, is the buyer pre-qualified? Okay. So this is the biggest step. Some people don't look the pre-qualification of the mortgage. They start looking the home and they end up having nowhere. Because if you know how much you can be approved for, based on that, you can start looking the prices, houses.
So yeah, that's a very important point from Sharan. You have to get pre-qualified before even you start your house search, because you need to know how much house you can afford in this market.
Yes, because pre-qualification is based on various factors, which Bhavan will explain since he's an expert in the mortgage industry. So the first step is the pre-qualification of the mortgage. Once you know how much you can be approved for, then your realtor know where and which type of house can he be looking for you. Then again, it depends if, for example, if you're approved for 500,000 home, you can be looking at detached home. And there are various areas in HRM where you can be looking those houses. And it depends how much far is it from your work, from your children's school, all kind of factors involved in that. So once you know what your mortgage is approved, and you'll start looking the home based on the area you would attract for. And then once you like the home, you start put an offer on. If your offer got accepted, then there are various conditions that needed to be satisfied before the deal is firm. That's inspection, mortgage, and lawyer review.
And that is after your
offer is got accepted. Yeah, those are the conditional, because there's always conditions approved in agreement of purchase and sale. So it's always best to have the offer written with these three conditions.
Yeah, because there was a lot of things going on in Toronto at the peak of COVID when there was a boom in market. People were going for offers without home inspection. So that is a big no-no. You want to get home inspection and lawyer, everything in your offer.
Yes. So once your conditions are fulfilled, then your deal is firm, and then you will wait for your closing date and then do the pre-inspection, and everything happens right after those three conditions fulfilled.
Okay. Now, could you just point out, you explained that you touched on the lawyer review is one of the conditions in the house offer. What is it? Could you explain a bit?
Yes, sure, Gaurav. So lawyer review, your lawyer check is the property is clean, can the title be migrated, and can the property be migrated under your name? What are the easements, if there are any easements on the property, if there are any covenants on the property. So those are the things that lawyer need to check before you firm up the deal. For example, if previous owner has not paid pays the property taxes. So
Right.
there is a lien from HRM. So that property cannot be transferable to a new buyer until that property taxes has not been paid. So those are the things that lawyer need to check before you firm up the deal.
That's great, Sharan. Now you also explained touched about home inspection, right? That is a must as per.
Yes, I never will write an offer without a home inspection. Does not matter if it's a pre-construction brand new home. Because even in the brand new homes, there are a few things that has been left by the builder that your inspector can check and tell.
Okay.
That these are the things that needed to be completed before you have a possession of the house. So in the inspection, so there is a house inspection that includes all your electrical, plumbing, heating, attic, roof, insulation, everything.
Okay.
And then there's a various different types of inspection: septic inspection, sewer line inspection, mold inspection, if there is a chimney in the house, so those kind of inspections. There's another radon gas inspection that some people don't even aware of that. So there's different inspection that you can have it done before you purchase a home. Realtor will help you doing everything. So he's the one who will be looking the home inspector for you. He will be going for a home inspection. Buyer is more than welcome to join the inspection. He will be referring you to a lawyer, or if you know any lawyer, you can work with a lawyer. But he is the one person that will be taking care of everything. But you have to take care of your mortgage yourself.
Yes.
And that definitely your realtor will be connecting to your mortgage broker as well, sending him the documents and getting all the details.
Okay.
But he's not responsible for fulfilling your mortgage.
So the pre-approval gets
Yes.
important.
Yes, pre-approval
Very-
gets
very
important.
important.
It is. Yes, it's never a good idea to start looking a home and then go to the mortgage broker and look for your mortgage, and then you can have nothing in your hand.
So a lot of immigrants who come to Canada new, they have a question like, can we buy a house in Canada? Are we legally allowed to buy a house in Canada? So who can buy a house in Canada?
Yes, Gaurav. So definitely Canadian citizens and permanent
sure.
residents are allowed to buy a house in Canada. But the people on a work permit are also allowed to buy a house in Canada as long as their work permit has a validity of 6 months and over. So they're eligible to buy, and they're eligible to buy with the 5% down payment along with the another permanent resident people. So some people have a confusion that if they're on work permit, they have to put more down payment, which is 10% on 15. No, it's not the case. If their mortgage has approval, they can put 5% down payment and purchase a house in Canada.
So now we know it's a pre-approval of the mortgage and the lawyer review, home inspection, who can buy. But a lot of people don't know what are the closing costs involved in actually buying a house, because people only know, okay, this is like a $1 million house. We have to get $1 million mortgage and that's it. But there's a lot of other costs involved in buying a house too, right?
Yes. So first of all is the down payment. It depends if you're buying for 5% or 10%, whatever the amount you're paying for the down payment. And then there is called a deed transfer tax, which is 1.5% of your purchase price. So if you're buying a house for $500,000, your deed transfer is $7,500. And then there is a lawyer fees, which is about $1,700, and if the bank do appraisal of the property, which is another $500. Home inspection, $600, and then if property taxes, you have to pay advance for next 4 or 5 months. So that adds up everything. So you can actually estimate about 2% of the purchase price to cover those closing costs.
So like for a $500,000 house, we can say
$10,000
$10,000.
It's a good amount.
And that you have to pay from your pocket.
From your pocket, you're not getting a loan, any mortgage, anything for that. You have to have that money in your pocket. I would say if somebody is thinking about doing a 5% down payment instead of 5, they have to do a 7%. That will cover everything.
Now Sharan has explained us all the steps of purchase, who is involved, how much money you need for closing costs. So Sharan, who takes care of all these deposits and what happens on a closing day? With the buyer.
So the deposits, Gaurav, you have to give it to the seller's brokerage. So it doesn't go to lawyer or anybody else. So once the deal is firm, once those 3 conditions are fulfilled, you have to make a deposit to the seller's brokerage. For example, if I have listed a house and somebody else is purchasing, so they have to make a deposit under Keller Williams Select Realty and go to my brokerage, and it stay with them until the closing. So before the closing, it goes to seller's lawyer off. and the other rest of the money, lawyer is the one who is taking care of your closing cost, your down payment. So it happens about, I would say, 4 to 5 days before. Your lawyer will call to you to come to his office, have the IDs verified,
Right.
and give the deposit and all the other cost to him. All the lawyers have a trust account. You have to give that amount to under his trust account, and the bank also give the money, the mortgage, whatever it is, 95% to the buyer's lawyer.
So there's no physical transaction of money with the buyer.
No.
It all happens between lawyer
Yes,
and bank.
lawyer and the bank. So once the buyer's lawyer received the money, he gave the money to the seller's lawyer on the closing day.
Okay.
So your realtor is never involved in the money. It's the lawyer who is taking care of the finances.
And so that's what is important, right? Getting lawyer involved.
Good lawyer involved. Yes.
So after all this is done, I think the main big day comes of closing the property and making it your own. So what happens on that closing day?
Yes, so you as a buyer have to go with your realtor in the house. You have to check because the seller has been already moved out on a closing day.
Okay.
The house is good and clean. So you have to check each and everything in the house. You have to turn the heat on, electric, water, plumbing, and check everything is working, all the appliances are working. And if there's any deficiency, you need to tell your lawyer, so this is not going right. This is the house I purchased when I put offer on, when the inspection was done. So if there is anything that's not working properly, your lawyer will communicate to their lawyer. They either fix it or adjust the price. So closing never happens until buyers say yes and send the email to the lawyer.
So like if you saw a house and then we come, there's a big hole in the wall.
Big hole, window has been broken and the rain happened, somebody left the window. So
you can hold the deed.
Yes.
It's not final until...
Until buyer send an email to the lawyer or call the lawyer and tell it's good to go, you can transfer the funds. The funds can never be transferred without the buyer's approval.
Okay. So this just becomes more important to have a real estate agent and all these lawyers and home inspectors involved in the home purchase, because a lot of things can go wrong in this process.
Oh
right?
yes. Sometimes people buy the home, they don't do all the inspection, and they end up paying a lot after they purchase the home.
Awesome. Now, so Sharan has explained this process very nicely, and I think it will go very smoothly if you have a good real estate agent like Sharan. And again, they have people involved, they know the contacts with good lawyers, good home inspectors. So I would highly recommend to get a real estate agent for your home purchase. Private seems little exciting because you don't pay the realtor fee, but lot can go wrong in that process. And I myself can attain to that I have bought houses and then I have used a real estate agent, and this process has been very peaceful and smooth.
Yeah, I would say, Gaurav, I just want to tell the audience that once you are a buyer's realtor, there is no fee.
No fee.
So if you're a seller's realtor, definitely you have to pay the commission for both sides. So guys, always do your search, find a good realtor, and then they're not going to charge you anything.
It's a free service for the buyers.
For the buyers, yeah. Your realtor is there representing you. He's not going to charge you anything.
So I will include Sharan's contact details in the description box, and so please don't hesitate to reach out to Sharan for any of your real estate needs. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time, Gaurav. Really
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Sharan.
Thanks for having me.
And now we have covered one portion of this big puzzle of buying a house. The second main one is getting a mortgage. How does a mortgage work, and who is eligible for mortgage, what documents you need, and all this will be covered by Sharan Litt, and he is a mortgage agent.